welcome to Zigmatech Learning Hub. I'll be your instructor for home economics. Now for this class, we're going to be taking our exercises from the ExamGuide app. If you don't have the application already installed on your device, I would want you to download that app in order to follow along in our class. Now ExamGuide is a leading educational app that helps students prepare for various exams such as UTME, post-UTME, WEAC, GCE, KCPE, IJMB, JUPEB, KCPE, VERSA, GSE, NCE, NECO, and a whole lot of other professional exams. Now you can download the app from www.examguide.com, or you can actually go to Google Play Store and download it. Now, don't forget to subscribe to our channel and turn on the notification bell so you can be updated when we send in new videos. And you can also tell your friends about this app so they can also benefit from it. Now, you ready for today's class? Let's get started. Welcome again. Good to have you. So we're continuing from where we stopped. Now we're looking at Introduction to Home Economics, Part 2. Now, by the end of this class today, you should be able to do the following things. You should be able to state the careers in home management, family living, and child development. Also, you should be able to outline the importance of home economics to the individual, and also highlight the importance of home economics to the family, and also explain the importance of home economics to the society and the nation. Now let's look at careers in home management, family living, and child development. I'm sure you remember that we said the three majors of home economics is foods and nutrition, clothing and textile, then home management, which family living and child development is inculcated into it. So these are the three majors that most schools offer as subjects in their schools. And now let's look at the careers in home management, family living, and child development. Now, child care. The career opportunities open to persons that would want to go up for family living, home management. Now, child care. This is where most parents / guardians take their children for care when busy. And now, we live in a society whereby parents or guardians will have to work. Now, where do they take their child to? You don't just take your children to anywhere where they say, okay, we take care or look after our children. You take them to institutions whereby you know that these people there are qualified to take care of your children, even when you're not there. We've heard stories of a whole lot of things that happen with children in childcare centers where they are not professionalized. They do a lot of things with those children, such as giving some of them sleeping pills just to get them calm. Now, for a professional, you picking up a career in childcare, you can actually be the best because you already know all that it takes to take care of children. Now, you can actually work in care centers. Now, most people open up these centers, they don't even have the knowledge. You can actually go manage this for them, or actually, you can actually open yours for yourself. Now, childcare is one career opportunity that is open to these persons that actually pick up careers in home management. Another career opportunity open is social welfare work. Now, this is very, very important, social welfare work. Now, people in this career provide help for troubled individuals, students, and families. Now, this set of people require higher education. They need to go to a higher institution to actually be a social worker. Now, I remember back then in school, I think that should even be inculcated into the school system again, because I remember back then in school, now my mom happens to be a social worker. Now, when we were in school, we're still in the primary school then. And then this set of social workers, I think they do visit like two or three times in a term. And then whenever they let us know that they are coming, every student or every pupil would be in their best behavior. Now, because we have something they call remand homes. And if you happen to be that they give an information about you that is not so good, you'll be taken to a remand home. And then everybody was so scared of going to a remand home where, they take children to the actually disobedient or do a lot of things that are not good in the society. So I think that's inculcated into the system again, to help curb a lot of these menace we have with students and people who's not acting right, just to put that fear or instill that discipline in students. So now, as a social welfare worker, you have been able to know all that pertains to a child that is troubled, so you'll be able to work with them as per their peculiarities and individualities of each child. So picking up a career as a social welfare worker, it's one key thing that a home management or family living individual that wants to pick a career can actually opt for as a social worker. Let's look at the next one, babysitting. Now, we heard the word babysitting. In our modern or in recent times, there's a word we call it, isn't it? Some call it house helps, blah, 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 and a whole lot of that. But now, you don't just pick people from anywhere and put them to take care of your children. Now, these people actually stay in the house or they stay in the family house, and they're close to these children. Now, everything that a babysitter has or whatever personality she has, if the parents are not careful, can be actually, put in the child that they are being taken care of. Now, a babysitter can be employed by parents to care for their children in their absence. A babysitter. Now, if you pick up a career as a professional, you would be different from the rest. You know that because you already have an idea. You're just not going there as a layman. Now you have an idea. You know what it takes to be a babysitter. And then in the Western world, this is one lucrative business for persons that actually pick up careers in babysitting. They make a whole lot of money doing that because parents have to go out to do work, and they don't want to take their children to the childcare centers. So they want these people at home, and then they bring them home and they do the job of babysitting for them while they are not around. Now the next one is teaching. Yes, for every career we find teachers, people that are professionals in that field. Now you can actually be a teacher. You can teach home management, family living, and child development in schools and colleges. Yes, colleges, because family living, child development are mostly taught in colleges or higher institution of higher learning. You find them there. But home management, most schools actually inculcate them as one of the subjects in those schools. So you can actually become a teacher to impact knowledge on what it entails to do manage the home, how to live with family members, how to cope crisis in the family, how to know how children develop from infancy to adulthood, so you can actually pass that knowledge to whoever wants to, and even in schools as well. Now let's move on to the next one, institutional housekeeping. Now this calls for professionalism as well. Now it involves working in schools, hotels, hostels, hospitals, and other institutions as housekeepers. Now in schools or hostels, we can refer to them as house masters. Okay, they actually oversee everything that has to do with the cleanliness of the environment, the students dressing, their ethics and everything. So you can actually be an institutional housekeeper, okay? Or you can actually own an organization that does this, and then you can actually be an employer of labor by having yours and employing people to do work with you to achieve what you've been taught of your interest as picking it up as a career path. Now the next one we have here is advertising and promoting. People in this work as promoters in industries that manufacture household equipment, health and grooming products. They require special training on the products to promote and also convince people to buy. Now, yes, we have a whole lot of healthcare products that people are in. So if you are well, abreast with all that it is with health, you can now work with them as their advertising promoter, or you tell them what this product is all about and how they can benefit from the product by advertising it. And then, of course, there are some products that you don't have that broad knowledge about. You can be trained on how to do what? Let people know what this product is all about. And now, we home management, also you have interior decoration and all of that. So if you are able to know these products, you'll be able to advertise household equipment to people that need to buy or need the services of the products of which you are marketing to them. Now, the next one we have here is interior decoration / designing. Now, people in this area plan and decorate interiors of homes, hotels, hospitals, offices, etc. Now, you can be employed to do this because of your knowledge in home management. Know how to manage space, know how to make good use of available space. Now, not everybody can do this. Now, there are some, there's this program on BBC, people do this on, they earn a living with actually making good use of space. Now, most people find it difficult to actually make good use of space. Now, with your experience in interior decorating, you can actually make good use of space for people and they can employ you for such services. So this is very important for those persons that want to pick up careers in home management as well. Now, the next one is research. And as a researcher, what do? You help work on problems relating to home management, family living, and child development. You want to look out for what is new, what is expected, how can we cope some things, what is new, what is the trending path that we need to follow. So as a researcher, you are able to go about all that is needed to take care of the home, how people should live together as family members, how to resolve conflicts easily, and then child development. Now, children develop easily, they grow so fast. And then if you're not well abreast with what is obtainable, you can be lagging behind. So, researchers bring to limelight this ill effect of things that are not really working, so you can actually be on top of your game. So that's what researchers do, and picking up a career in that would go a long way. Now, journalism. Now, they're often in charge of articles about food, clothing, consumer education, and other areas relating to home economics. You pick up magazines or you pick up your newspapers, you see some articles that are relating to family life, consumer education, clothing. Now, picking up a career in these parts, you put up articles, write books, journals about food, about clothing, about consumer education, and everything that relates to home economics. Home economics is versatile, so everything that has to do, you can work in media houses as their health article. You can work on the health article page, working there as per your knowledge in home economics. Now, let's look at the importance of home economics to the individual. Now, like we said, home economics is important for everyone. Everybody should have a knowledge of home economics because it covers everything about humans and their activities, their daily activities as they're growing up. It covers everything. And let's look at the importance of home economics to an individual. Now, it teaches people how to live a good, healthy, and happy life in the family, community, and the world at large. And now, for you as an individual, having a knowledge of home economics helps you to live a good, healthy, and happy life. How does that mean? Now, you're able to know what to eat, healthy food, balanced meal. And then if you don't take that, you know what happens to your health? You won't feel okay and you fall ill. Now, because you have the knowledge of what home economics, you'll be able to accommodate people. You'll be able to live with people because you know that when one or two more persons stay together, there's bound to be conflict. And with your knowledge of home economics, you'll be able to know how to manage conflict so you don't get into having a rift with people around, because you know that it is expected that when people come together, people must always argue, people would quarrel, and then, conflict resolution is something that you are aware of, so you would always stand out. Now, another one is that it helps one to start their own business. It helps you to start your own business, entrepreneurship. Now, with your knowledge in home economics, we have clothing and textiles. You can be your own boss. You can make your own clothing to make for people. And also, you can be a caterer. Remember that. You can make foods for sale, snack, and a whole lot of that. You can actually be your own boss, employ yourself. After school, you don't need to work for anybody, and then you can now start doing things. Or even if you're working, you can also have another source of income to back up what you are doing. So another one is that it teaches people how to care for themselves, personal hygiene. So now, with your knowledge of home economics, you will learn how to do or take care of yourself, because every part of our body is very, very important. And when one of these parts of the body are not taken care of, what happened? There's going to be ill effects. There's going to be a consequence to that effect, because if you don't take care of your eye, for instance, you're going to do what? Don't eat the right food to help your eyes. Of course, you're going to have blurry effects, and all of that could cause to blindness or one or two diseases with the eye. Same for the teeth and all of that. So it can never be overemphasized. Now, it teaches you to take care of yourself. So another one is that it prepares people to use what they have, the resources, to get what they need. Yes, use the resources. The resources are the things you have in the family to get what you want. Now, you're able to make hair. You're able to do what? To make clothes. So you use that, what you've learned, to make money, to get what you need. Let's look at the next one. It teaches people how to spend their money wisely. Now, when you have money in your hands, every item you see on the road calls for you to buy them. Now, if you do not have money discipline, you would actually spend, anyhow. So, with your knowledge of home economics, knowing that you need to spend wisely, you need to budget, you don't do impulse buying, it will actually help you a lot. Not to spend money anyhow. So you have to spend money wisely. Before you spend money, you have a good reason to do what? Spend money. Another one is that it teaches people how to plan, cook, serve, and eat good food. Yes. So you will learn how to plan, cook, serve, and eat good food. Balanced diet. And also helps you with the different cooking methods. How to cook food, how to preserve the nutrients in them. So this is what it teaches you. It also teaches people how to choose, make, wear, and maintain good clothing. So with this, you can make your clothes, wear and select clothes. Now, we have different types of clothes, from cotton, the nylon, and all of this. So you're able to know for the weather, should I wear this one? Should I wear the polyester? Should I wear this? So with that knowledge of home economics and clothing and textiles, you'll be able to know what to wear and also have a sense of style as well when it comes to dressing. It also teaches people how to care for your home, the environment. Now, cleanliness is next to godliness. So if you're clean, you will be healthy as well. So when you don't keep your environment clean, you could fall ill with, some environmental sicknesses that you could get from the environment. Another one is that it prepares boys and girls for homemaking. Now, family living, family planning, and all of that. With your knowledge, you know that at some point, I'm going to own my own family. I'm going to be a mommy, I'm going to be a daddy someday, so I'll know how to take care of my children when they come. I'll have to be a responsible father and a responsible mother. So all of these you learn. You only learn them in home economics, nowhere else. So you have to do what? Study and know that it is very important as an individual to have this. That's why home economics is important for you as a person. Now let's look at the importance of home economics to the family. We've talked about the individual. Now let's look at the family. Now, we know that family is the smallest unit in the society. Now, the first thing that home economics does for the family is that it aims at improving family life, to improve family life so people can live comfortably, people can live well, people can live, together in love, peace, and make a living out of what they have as families. Now, the next one is that it prepares family members to earn more income for the family. Multiple streams of income. Now, with your knowledge of home economics, you'll be able to do what? Prepare and earn a lot from all that you have been skilled. Now, vocation. This brings us back to vocational skill, because this is what it entails in home economics. Now, for every family member, if you're vocationally skilled, you actually make money with your vocation, with the works of your hands. Now, you make more money with that before, the white-collar jobs and all of that comes to play. Now, home economics teaches you to do what? Make a living with what you can do with your hands. And another one is that it teaches family members to get along well with one another in the family and society. Now, there's no other place you can learn that than learning to study home economics. Helps you to relate with people better, just like we said. Now, it can teach family members how to maintain good relationship with each other. Now, the family is not just the mother, father, and children. That's the nuclear. We have the extended family. Aunties, uncles, cousins, and a whole lot of these people. Now, home economics teaches you to do what? Relate with these people in a healthy way. Relate with them, knowing that their families and whatever issue can be resolved amicably, and it won't result to what? Conflict. Now let's look at the next one. It also prepares homemakers to take care of family members. Now, homemakers can be referred to as the mommies in the house. Now, or the girls, it could be everybody. Now, it's not just about the girls or the mommies. Now, everybody is involved in what? Taking care of the family. Now, it prepares homemaker to take care of family members, to look out for their well-being. Now, it also contributes to a healthy family. Now, if you know what and what should be avoided when it comes to what things that would cause or disrupt the health status of members of the family, you'll be able to curb it because of your knowledge in home economics, so as to avoid the frequent trips to the hospital. So it contributes to healthy family life and living. It teaches families how to raise and build their wealth. Now, how do you do this? If everybody is skilled, vocationally skilled, what happens? Money comes in from different ends. So there won't be any reason to say, there's the money lacking anywhere. Now, you'll be able to do some things. And then if you actually, let's put it this way. Now, home economics helps you to manage your home properly. You can actually make homemade foods rather than going to buy them. Do some things at home that can help you cut costs. So you don't go about buying and just buying. You can actually create some things at home for yourself. Something is bad. How do I recycle it? How do I use it again? Rather than buying or changing it. So with your knowledge of home economics, you can actually raise the family's income and build wealth. The next one is that it helps families to plan, cook, serve, and eat good meal. Yes, healthy, balanced meal. It's very important to stay healthy. Let's look at the next one. Importance of home economics to the nation. Now, to the nation, the world at large. What does the study of home economics do to the nation? Let's look at some of them. It reduces poverty in the country. It reduces poverty in the country. And how does this happen? if every individual is skilled and doing something for themselves, rather than waiting for the government to get them employed, waiting for the government to do this, do that, and then what happens? There's going to be massive poverty. So, but if everybody is skilled doing something and then the opportunity comes, you go there and make an impact. Also, it helps promote the health of the citizen. If everybody is conscious of their well-being, their health, it helps the nation and the society as well. Now, it contributes to food production, processing, preservation, and preparation. Now, home economics helps in food production. Now, if the nation has food, hunger would be minimized. Then processing of food, have the knowledge of processing food, how to process rather than importing, what can we produce? The knowledge of home economics can help you achieve that. Now, to preserve food when they are not in season, so they can be in season when they're even out of season. Now, home economics does that. It helps you. So when home economics can do this, the nation will make more wealth and create more opportunities for individuals too as well. And preservation and preparation, how to prepare some foods and in large quantities that can actually help the society and the nation at large. Now let's look at the next one. It prepares individuals to work and earn, thereby reducing unemployment, just like we said earlier, reducing poverty. So if every individual can do what it entails to do, work with skills that they have acquired, it will help reduce unemployment in the society. Let's move on. Now, there are some career requirements. I get a lot of questions sometimes, what do we do? Or what are the subjects that are necessary for us to study home economics, in higher institutions of learning? Now, every career requires some form of training. Now, there are some that, for home economics that just requires basic, level entry, that you don't really need to do further it to start practicing, building up a career with it. Just like we said earlier, childcare, babysitting, all these are entry level careers that you can opt for. Now, for the entry requirement for admission into any institution, that depends on that institution. Now, there are some subjects that are very, very important. Now, for JAMB, the ROCO would help you get acquainted with some of the subjects that are necessary. Now, for possible subject requirement, maybe for studying home economics in any of the higher institutions, the subjects that are needed could be home management, clothing and textiles, foods and nutrition, mathematics, economics, agriculture, science, biology, chemistry, physics, health science, and a whole lot of these other subjects that can actually be studied as well to actually help you study home economics in any higher institutions of learning. And now home economics is broad. Now, home economics can be studied as a whole in the university, monotechnic or polytechnic, as a subject. It can be studied as a subject in any higher institution of learning, where you can actually pick a major, maybe in clothing and textiles, food and nutrition, home management, family living, childcare. You can now pick a major in any of these careers. Okay, so we're done with today's classes. Let's pick up some exercises from the ExamGuide app based on what we've learned today. Now let's get started. Okay, now let's look at this question. A nuclear family consists of the following. A, we have the father, mother, and children. B, we have the father, relatives, and children. We have father, mother, aunts. We have Option D has father, mother, and uncles. Then for E, we have father, aunts, and children. So which one do you think is the answer? Of course, the nuclear family is just the father, mother, and children. So option A is the best option and answer for this question. Let's look at the next question. Okay, let's also look at this question. Family values are important because it A, eliminates the problem of decision making. B, determines the family's lifestyle. C, helps the family to save for rainy days. D, economizes the family resources. E, encourages crises and conflicts. Now, what is the best answer to this? Now, values. These are what the family holds, in high regard. So I think the best option here should be determines the family's lifestyle. So that's the answer to that question. B, family values are important because it determines the family's lifestyle. What is obtainable? What is expected of them as a family? So the lifestyle would actually say what their values are indeed. Now let's look at the next question. Let's also look at this question. A family can own a house through the following except A, gifts, B, squatting, C, buying, D, inheriting, E, building. Now, the best option or the answer that is not supposed to be part of one of the ways to own a house is squatting. You can't own a house through that. You can be gifted a house. The family can own a house through gifts. You're gifted to own. Someone gifts you. And another one, you can buy a house for yourself and then you can inherit maybe from parents or from someone. And then also you can actually build for yourself. But squatting, no, you would not. So B is the appropriate answer for this question. Let's look at the next question. Now, which of the following is a career in home management? Which of the following is a career in home management? A, dietetics, modeling, interior decorating, D, fashion designing, E, catering. So for home management, which is the best option? Is it dietetic? Is it or modeling, interior decorating? Yes, your guess is as good as mine. Interior decorator. So you can become an interior decorator with a study of home management. Thank you for participating in today's class. You can practice more questions using the ExamGuide app. Now the app scores and gives a detailed explanation of all the questions at the end of your practice tests. You can learn a particular topic of interest with different modes like the study mode, mock mode, and practice mode. It also has other features that make learning fun. It is a must-have for every serious student. I know you're that serious student. Now you can download the app from www.examguide.com. If you don't have it yet, please do. Now see you in our next class. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel, hit the notification bell, and share the videos to your friends, your family. I'm sure they'll benefit from it as well. Bye for now.